Hey, hello. It is Tammy with Cheers to Creativity, and we are cross-posting over to the Essential Stencil page. So I have a project for us tonight. So let me just snip this out that you can use a couple different ways. I'm going to peel this off. So our transfers are 3 parts. This is the protective covering. The design is actually on the back side of that. And then this is the backer piece. So we pull it off with the backer. These are great to hang on to put your paints on when you're like a palette. So don't just throw those away. They come in handy. And then I'm just going to line this up. Do you want my cross to be pretty straight? Lay it down. I like to rub it down first. We think we've got it all burnished on. Really pay attention to your little details like the tips of your leaves or flowers. We don't want to leave anything that are just craft paper covered that you can then maybe add your own color to. And while I'm usually grounding everything, I'm okay with this cross being just kind of up there. I'm just going to rub that down, and that's it. That's a very simple project, but it has a nice impact. So I said I'm going to do one more of the journals. Since I've got them, I might as well do them. And again, I'm going to make sure it's this way. And I am going to add a stencil. And this is from the, the Wildflower Seeds stencil. There's 6 of these in this stencil package. And I'm going to do grow your own way, but I'm not going to use the flower. I'm going to do something else. So this one I'm going to pull my paint into my bristles, and then I'm always going to offload. My stenciling is quite easy. Taking your time really can give you better results than rushing through it. That's going to be fine. So I'm going to lift that off, grow your own way, set that aside, and then I'm going to pull from the Pastel Garden Whimsy transfers. And I think we're going to put the flowers just kind of up here. But let's do the corner one first. So again, I'm peeling this off. Hang on to the area that doesn't have a design as you're positioning it on here. I'm going to start pulling it off. And again, if I find any places that's giving me a little more of a tug than I want it to, just lay them back down. And those greens just match gorgeously. Gorgeously? Is that a word? I might pull this out maybe from my W. We're just going to have it come off. Grow your own way. Just going to connect it right to that W. So the same idea of the stencil, only we're adding just the leaves. Could have had some flowers too. Like I said, journals make great gifts. Maybe it's for a girlfriend's weekend away. You can give each of your girlfriends a journal. Great little graduation gift. You can see there's nothing on the back of that. And there we have that journal as well. So 1 pack of journals, 2 of the stencil or transfer packets, and just really, really soft, pretty projects. All right. So that's that. I'm just going to move the transfers out of the way so I can position myself to get ready for our next project. So I want to think of something that I hadn't done a lot with you guys. But this is the one I want to do that's going to say wildflowers on it. And so what you're going to need for that is the acrylic paint. And like I said, it can go over a base coat. It's best not to go just on raw wood because what you're going to see is what's behind it. So I'm going to do this one with white, and I'm going to add several different colors, kind of make it multicolored. And then we're going to use rubbing alcohol. Now you can use 70%, but I will tell you the 91% just works better. Okay. But the first thing we're going to need to do is get some colors. All right. So I'm going to start by adding some water to this blue. See how kind of soupy it is? The idea is we want this to have thin color on it. So I'm just dabbing on a little bit of this blue color. And I'm going to add a little bit of this green color as well. Okay. And so I've got this splotchy colors. I'm going to take my little dripper and I'm just going to drop some dots of the rubbing alcohol onto this piece. So it's just something different to do a different type of background. And this way you can see it's pretty easy when you're just using one color to get this quick coat of kind of a wash on top of it. So you want that paint to be thin, transparent, and do some drops. It's best to just kind of let that dry. I'm going to bring back the first one I just did, just so you can see. Isn't it fun? Got the little dots. Just kind of broke it up. It's just something different. I'm going to use this one that's just white, and we're going to do a stencil on here. Pick up my green, do the same thing. So I'm going to lift that off. So I have this lupine flower. I'm going to grab the green I used, and I'm just going to pull a couple little extra grass sprigs next to it, so it looks like it's kind of sitting in the ground a little better. Or even a little line underneath. Okay. So I want to show you this because very simple, right? What would it look like on a different background? So I did it with a alcohol background. Let's move this out of the way, just so I could show you. I did it just using some soft colors that are just blended. Oops, I guess I put that one the wrong way. It didn't look right. It almost looked like a carrot. And then I also did the same flower on a stained background. Oh, that's the wrong way again. Stained background. So you can see that the background does make a difference. Let me sketch these all in one spot for you. So we did the white one, but there you have the stained one. So you get an idea of how different they can look. So I'm going to do the wild geranium on this one. So again, I'm going to need the stencil. I'm going to blend it off, but see I've got a lighter pink, and I'm going to pull the lighter pink on the top of my petals. Oops, that one got a little much, but that's okay. So my flowers should be a little darker, closer to the center. Fill in our leaves. We'll lift that off. Pretty. Sorry, guys. Right in the center. Boop. Boop. Okay. So there we have the geranium, which looks different than just doing it on plain white. And what's up next? Let's see. I'm still waiting for our alcohol drops to dry. This one's pretty dry. I think we're going to use, I'm going to give it a quick coat, okay? Across here, going right over everything I did. And you can tell it doesn't have to be completely neat. And one color kind of coming through there. Okay, so I'm going to set that back down. So this is our wildflower. Very simple, wildflowers, okay? But again, the background keeps it from being just words on a white background. It kind of gives us something else to work with. Okay, I'm going to set that down. Let's see if our blue is dry enough. We're offloading our brush, but we're going to get one or two more done here. That shows up a little better. And then right in the little center there, I'm going to grab that little skinny brush I had. We don't really see this one, but we'll do it right there. This is the wild violets that we did on top of the alcohol ink. We also did, not alcohol ink, just the alcohol, rubbing alcohol. Also did the same thing, so that's why we've got some dots and some varying colors with the wildflowers. Showed you how simple these flowers can look. I mean, I think it would be stunning to have the whole set done, something like that, with just the black. This is a sponged background for the wild geraniums. Showed you what it was like to use a pen to do some detailing. And the lupine flower that we did just in white, and we showed you how different it looked on a, oops, let's do it the right way, on the alcohol, on a stained background, and just on a soft blended background. And we started off talking about transfers. There is our Grow Your Own Way with the beautiful flower transfers and leaves. And we started this whole evening with a beautiful cross and flowers for a prayer journal. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to tip you up. I will do those other flowers for you so I can show you those. But I think this stencil is fabulous. All right, guys, that's all I got for you tonight. Have a great rest of your week, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Cheers.